Thank you, madam. Thank you.
More or less, how long it take? Opposed, Konkan Railway. In fact, we fought for realignment of the Konkan Railway so that it would not destroy the eco-sensitive areas of the state. That was our goal. We never opposed it, but we suggested realignment through the hinterland where there would be no destruction. No destruction of eco-sensitive areas.
अनेक पॉइंट सांगू शकतो.
Has failed, in fact, to provide any substantial basis, and this for the need of the second track. And this is said by the Supreme Court. So I think Supreme Court is the highest legal authority, and the government is bound to take the advice of the Supreme Court. When the Supreme Court states very definitely that Goa can do without the second track, why are we pushing the second track? In spite of knowing that this second track is going to cause so much destruction. Another important point to consider is Goa is too small a state. We are talking about Karnataka. The state of Karnataka is about 52 times bigger than Goa. It can contain these projects, but Goa cannot. Goa is a dot-sized state. When we plan for Goa, we have to think 100 times whether there is carrying capacity of the state to contain this kind of projects, whether there'll be destruction. How are we going to survive if we are going to crowd this dot-sized state? And another thing I request is stop using Goa as a corridor for the benefit of the bigger states. And that is what is happening all the time. Goa is being used as a corridor for the benefit of the bigger states. And just out of the point, I would like to mention, another thing that I would like to say is, if you look at the traffic on the roads, any time of the day, suddenly you will see these huge, monstrous carriers in the middle of the road. Do you know the risk that the people, even in the vehicles, are being exposed? Any time these huge, monstrous vehicles can overturn, and there can be accidents. In fact, if you find out at different parts of the world, these kind of vehicles are allowed on the roads only in the nights, when the traffic is almost nil. And I think the government should think about that. Is requesting the authorities to drop the land acquisition procedures, because one thing is, as per the CEC committee's report, okay, it is very clear that this project doubling is not feasible, and the Supreme Court has taken a stand in its report. If you look at it, there are 12 suggestions made by the Supreme Court. Of these 12 suggestions, 7 suggestions are related to the doubling of the Southwestern Railway track outside the eco-sensitive areas. Okay? And if you read the report very carefully, the Supreme Court has very definitely said that this project is not feasible. And also they have mentioned that if you make a thorough study of all aspects, it is clear that there is no urgent need of doubling in the state of Goa. So why are we doing it? And besides that, I would also like to ask the government of Goa, okay, ours is a democratic government, a government where the people are centric, okay. Everything that the government does for the benefit of the people of the state. Has the government taken a detailed study of the impact of this project, doubling of the Southwestern Railway track, on the lives of the people, on the environment, on the animal life? Has the government ever gone to the sites along the route to see what will happen to the people living along in the houses along the existing track? Government has not shown any concern for the people, and I think this is not right, because we are all aware. I had requested the Honorable Chief Minister to come onto the track, and he was kind enough to, as per our wish, come onto the track. And there we marked where the second track would be located. As per Mr. Sahu from RVNL, he told us that the second track requires a distance of 14 meters from the center of the existing track. Now, when you mark 14 meters from the center of the existing track for the second track, you know where it lands? In many cases, it is landing inside the compound of the houses. So, we had come to submit our letter to the Deputy Collector. Unfortunately, the lady who is in charge, temporarily in charge, also has additional responsibility at Margaon Collectorate. So she's there, and she will be coming to this office at about 3:30. So we have a fixed appointment with her tomorrow at 3:30, where we will be handing over the memorandum.
What was the point to come here? What is the issue?
Yeah. Will the people residing in those houses continue to live in those houses? So are we going to be turned out of our own homes? Are we going to be made homeless? Has the government done a thorough study on this suspect? That's my question.
Madam, do you think that the
माझ्यान गोष्ट सांगूंक जायना की गव्हर्मेंटान एश्युरन्सीस दिलेले, पूण माझ्यान सांगूंक जाता की जेन्ना आमचो CM ट्रॅक्साचेर येयलो, he was shocked to realize where the second track is going to land. It was obvious, you know, he could not believe it. If you go to the village of Belsound, Dandomolo, you know, the present track, Southwestern Railway track, is almost on the edge of the cliff, and the only space for the second track is towards the edge, and just below that are the houses of the people. Should any accident, any derailing occur, God forbid, the train will land on the houses. There's no doubt about that. So are we going to live in fear and not be able to sleep in the nights, wondering if any train could land onto our houses and we could all die? This is not development.
Madam. सगळ्यांक एक व्हडलो इशू गाजता तो म्हळ्यार इल्लिगल लँड ग्रॅबिंग. तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी आयकलां आसतलें, आनी इतलो गाजता की अशें दिसता की गोंयांत दोन मुखेलमंत्री आसा. एक जो डिक्लेअर्ड CM बाब प्रमोद सावंत आसा, आनी दुसरो अनडिक्लेअर्ड CM जो स्वताचे ईमेल एड्रेस दिवन कंप्लेनी आपल्याक डायरेक्टली धाड म्हणटा, जो बाब विश्वजीत राणे. ह्या दोगांयकूय जर इल्लिगल लँड ग्रॅबिंग ह्या मुद्द्याचेर जर खरी दखल घेवपाची आसा जाल्यार हांव सांगूंक सोदतां की बिगेस्ट इल्लिगल लँड ग्रॅब जो चल्ला is by the government of Goa on the lands of Goans in the name of double tracking. This is the biggest illegal land grabbing that is happening through the Deputy Collectorate department. आणि हांव सांगूंक सोदतां की तुमकां जर हो खरो मुद्दो घेवंक जाय जाल्यार स्टॉप दीस लँड एक्विजिशन प्रोसेस बिकॉज इट इज इल्लिगल. जशें मॅडमीन म्हटलें, सुप्रीम कोर्टाची ऑर्डर इज व्हेरी क्लियर. दे हॅव नॉट ओन्ली कॉमेंटेड ऑन जे मॉलेम आसा तातूंचोच पार्ट न्ही, पूण द डबल ट्रॅकिंग प्रोजेक्ट एज अ होल दे हॅव डिक्लेअर्ड इन देअर ऑर्डर की बाबा हो प्रोजेक्ट गरजेचोच ना. वॉट एवर रिक्वायरमेंट्स आर दे कॅन बी फुलफिल्ड बाय अदर पोर्ट्स इन इंडिया. तर हो गोंयान वेदर इन मोले ऑर आउटसायड ऑफ मोले दीस प्रोजेक्ट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड म्हणून सुप्रीम कोर्टान डायरेक्ट म्हणिल्लें आसा. जेन्ना मे म्हयन्यान ही ऑर्डर आयली तेन्ना BJPच्या मंत्र्यांनी लिडरांनी वेगळे वेगळे स्टेटमेंट्स केले लोकांक कन्फ्यूज करपाक की की ना हो जो ऑर्डर आसा दॅट इज ओन्ली रिगार्डींग द नॅशनल सँक्च्युरीन जे एनवायरमेंटल डॅमेज जातली आनी तातूंत सुद्दां आमकां परत एप्लाय करपाक परमिशन दिलां अशें सांगून लोकांची दिशाभूल करपाक हे स्टेटमेंट्स केले आनी लँड एक्विजिशन प्रोसेस चालू दवरलो. पूण खरो तुमी जर ऑर्डर वाचली जाल्यार इट इज व्हेरी क्लियर स्पेसिफिकली इन पॅरेग्राफ नंबर 20 आणि पॅरेग्राफ नंबर 22 द सुप्रीम कोर्ट हॅज क्लियरली स्टेटेड that this project is not even required. So there is no question of applying for permission or for doing the land acquisition which is going on. जसे मॅडमीन म्हणा land is being acquired in a way that थंय जर रेल्वे ट्रॅक आयली लोकांची घरां काबार जातली. म्हळ्यार मोल्या आमी जनावरांक पक्षींक झाडांक पेडांक म्हत्व दिता पूण गोंयान जे मनीस रावता तांकां म्हत्व ना. So Supreme Court is very clear, you cannot have double standards. They have questioned the double tracking project as a whole, right from Vasco till Karnataka. So आमी हांगा आयिल्ले to point out to the deputy collector, maybe they are unaware or maybe they are being given illegal orders. We wanted to point out in writing कि जे actions करता, that is nothing like I said but illegal land grabbing. As per Supreme Court order, this project itself is under question and so this land acquisition does not even, the matter does not even arise. आज आमी डेप्युटी कलेक्टरा कडेन आयिल्ले पूण आय थिंक द डेप्युटी कलेक्टर इज ऑन अ 45 डे ट्रेनिंग. तांचो एडिशनल चार्ज एक मॅडम आसा डेप्युटी कलेक्टर ऑफ रेवन्यू जी मडगांव आसा ती हांगा आज पावंक ना. सो आमी तिजे कडेन अपॉयंटमेंट घेतला आनी फाल्यां आमी मडगांवां 3:30 डेप्युटी कलेक्टर रेवन्यू जी आसा तांच्या ऑफिसान इन हर कॅपेसिटी एज डेप्युटी कलेक्टर ऑफ मडगांव तालुका हांगा जे सगळे कुट्टाळेचे वेगळे वेगळे गांवांचे लोक आयला तांच्या तर्फे वी विल बी गिविंग सेपरेट लेटर्स टू स्टॉप दिस लँड एक्विजिशन विच वी कन्सिडर एज इल्लिगल लँड ग्रॅबिंग. अँड वी they said that it is a double engine sarkar. It is looks like they are running the double engine over the people of Goa. It is not for the benefit of Goa. अरे बाबा तुम्ही जर लँड एक्विजिशन करताले टू बिल्ड अ मेट्रो फॉर द पीपल ऑफ गोवा हांव समजूंक शकता. देन वी वूड हॅव इवन सपोर्टेड यू. पूण हू आर यू बिल्डिंग दिस फॉर? We don't want coal in Goa. The passenger requirement is not there. So who are you building it for? It is very clear. Somebody wants, friends of the Prime Minister's office wants to bring coal from Australia through Goa to Karnataka. Ani kona khatir hai?
Yeah, anybody from
Vasco to Karnataka. That was built long time ago when there was no Konkan railway. There was no connectivity of Goa to the rest of the country through rail. Or तेन्नाचो project हो. हाका आतां because of Konkan railway now there is connectivity. So double tracking is not required. The Supreme Court has said that कोलाकूय नाका आणि for passenger traffic also it is not required. They have said specifically that railway department has not been able to prove की 2030 पर्यंत सुद्धा तुमकां हो ट्रॅक लागतलो म्हणून. So this is completely, we know who it is for, we know who is giving the orders to make this railway track, and we are here as people of Goa to demand the stoppage of this illegal land grabbing, and we request all the chief ministers of Goa to please listen to the people.
Why do you feel